All right, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here with me. It is the day after Thanksgiving. A warm hello to you. I want to just touch base and talk about Bitcoin real quick. I did have to restart the stream, so I do apologize for that. But I'm glad that you're here with me right now. Just say hello. Of course, again, go to my YouTube channel. Most of what I'm doing there is free. Watch the Masterclass TA tutorial. It's a great place to start. And then kind of go from there. Free version of my book, Trading Wisdom. Cancer Memoir is free. Long form interview series. And so we're looking at Bitcoin, I think I'm obviously I'm going to go over a couple tweets that I've selected and just talk about the price action a little bit, and then hear from you in the chat room. So let me know how you're doing, where you're from. We've kind of been talking about that drop into the 92K range here when the price got a little bit overheated. Here and started to roll over. We got that first 4H MA20 tag. By the way, the MA20 is the middle Bollinger Band, simple moving average 20. So it's part of the reason why I don't use the 21 EMA. This is why I don't use the 21. Let's try that one more time. This is why I don't use the 21 EMA. Forget about that. Forget about technical. Cheds is having all sorts of technical stuff today. But anyway, that's why I don't use the 21 EMA. I've used the 8 and the 34 EMA, right? Because I've already got the middle Bollinger. So I think it would be a little bit too much. But you can still use it. It's more or less, it's going to give you a very similar result. But regardless, you had that first touch of the 20, and then the price really rolled over, and we get that first lower Bollinger dip here in the 4-hour. And the consolidation, and we've just been talking about that. By the way, folks, Bitcoin Live has their annual sale right now, the cyber sale. Just over 4 days left to join the best team in the world that studies crypto. I am a founding analyst. I do a twice-a-week report, full market analysis. When you sign up, you get access to everyone's content. So really highly recommend it. But again, most of what I'm doing is free. Check it out on YouTube. So we had that first dip to the lower Bollinger. We set a lower high. We drop back into the daily demand zone. Throwback, right, and bounce. And that kind of set the table to get here. So recapture of 96K would really kick things off. Oh, hold on a second. Let me read. Indy says, my mom is in remission from her Hodgkin's lymphoma. Wonderful. No more chemo. Oh, I'm so happy for her. That's great to hear. And Lucas, good to see you, man. Your book, Trading Wisdom. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. I'll try to do a couple requests. Hey, Rising Sun, Modern Canadian, Peter, everybody else. Good to see you folks as well. So the idea was that the recapture of 96K would really kick things off. And there we do. We have the recapture of 96K. So we dropped into the daily demand zone, recaptured 96K. Why is that important? Okay, why is that 96K level important? Well, when the really strong move, okay, and when the price tried to bounce, it set this low, had a pretty nice response from it, and then it stalled here. This is a level that we wanted to watch. We watched closely. Pushed into here, little bit of a pause, another throwback and a stair step. If you look back, Bitcoin did this 4-hour stair step from all the local lows in the channel. I mean, if you've watched me on Twitter and especially Bitcoin Live, pretty much all of these major lows, we talked about them. They were marked with volume on lower time frame, and we kind of followed the series of grinding higher, the 4-hour stair step, the stair step where you essentially revisiting broken resistance. You have a building trend. It's consolidating as it's going higher. So that's why 96K is important. We're definitely on the north side of it right now, and we had that initial. So we'll mark that just for the moment. And by the way, I'm going to do spaces later too. So I'd love to hear from you. Hopefully you'll show up into the spaces. I'd love to talk to you folks. So 4-hour recapture, 96K, and retest. Here's the retest. So I was viewing this. 96K, and so I was viewing this local here is a retest, but now the 96K is recaptured. But this nice retest and continuation higher. And now we're looking to continue. What does that mean, looking to continue? So these YouTubes are fun. So looking to continue, when I say this, it means that it has momentum and it's about to challenge a level. It's about to challenge where it was last, where it was last rejected. And normally looking to continue means it's probably going to continue. It's got a lot of momentum. It's a way of saying there's momentum here into an obstacle, and you're thinking it might just hurdle over it. And now we have 98K now into a lower high test. Well, what does that lower high mean? Well, we paused here, 99.5. And then this is our lower high here, right around 98.5. This is the level I talked about Bitcoin Live. This is the level, the kind of which is the price talked about. And so you essentially have pause there. So you can start to draw I think a ceiling for this range, because it's likely to continue to consolidate. I don't think it's going to straight break out. I think it's probably going to consolidate. And GRT, some relative strength. Let's see. Let's maybe get to that. Let me jump back to the chat room first. I want to just say hi to everybody and see what you folks want to talk about. Usually these are about 12, 15-minute videos. So let's see. Let me scan. So you asked nicely about AMP earlier. Rube. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, I don't mind doing chart requests. I can't do all of them for sure, but I'll try to take a look. All right, what do we think about AMP? I mean, it's got some momentum here, and I like how what I do like is you don't have the big red volume on these sell-off candles, because you're always going to consolidate, but you want to be looking at, the volume on the consolidating candle. And so this still looks pretty good so far. And I want to zoom out to get a little bit of a perspective. I see the price. I see the wide price base. Peak of the range, and it's got this level here. So it'd be really nice to see it hold here at like the 0.067 range. Really nice to see that hold as a potential support level going forward. I mean, we certainly shall see. Let's see what's going on here. All right, and Pepe. Okay, Fahim, what's up, man? Let's do Pepe. Let's take a look. Hope you guys all had a good holiday. For those of you who do Thanksgiving. So hope everybody had a good time. I know I can get more history. I think I'm cracking. All right, take a look at Kraken. Let's get Kraken. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice looking chart. That's a bull flag if I've ever seen one. I mean, that's a nice looking chart for him. I don't know what to say other than I like that. I like the look. It's a consolidation after a strong advance. Clean volume trend. See how it's trending down. This can kind of give you a sense of how long it's going to range for. Probably not that much longer. And then ideally with a bull break, you want to see a little bit of a volume spike on a green candle too on the breakout to kind of confirm. But this trend is nice, and you would expect it to continue because it's with the trend in classical charting. The MA200. Thanks to everybody, by the way. Please hit like, hit subscribe, hit notifications. I'm going to try to do this every day. If I can do a 10-minute video just checking with you, it's no big deal. It's no big deal, and I have fun with it. So that's how you can support me, and I appreciate you. So I had a couple tweets up. Maybe I could just so GRT, some relative strength. So what does that mean, relative strength? It means strength relative to the rest of the market, right? So, for example, if things are kind of generally moving like this, some do this like GRT, some are kind of maybe that, and some kind of just not even challenging this first high, right? For example, and so you're always looking for strength on days where everything's red. What is green? How can you put into context the most recent price movement? There's clearly momentum here, and the chart is turning around. You can just visually see the descending trend line break, descending supply trend break. Again, with quote-unquote trend lines, I've made this point a million times, there really is no line. It's not about the line. It's about a trend. You have a filter of price around it. You're trying to generally describe a price direction and a zone of a supply and demand, right? Which is, and I've lectured on diagonal lines a million times, but so you can visually see the descending supply trend break, lower high break, momentum, lower high break. And I like the chart. It's definitely got some relative strength here. Maybe we'll do a couple more, and then you'll have to catch me on Spaces. I'm going to do a Spaces a little bit later, probably for about an hour. We can talk, take your questions, kind of puzzle through the market together. Just reminding everybody, the Bitcoin live sale is this week. You don't want to sleep on this. It's the best team in the world that studies crypto, and I'm honored to be a founding analyst. You can see some of my sample reports, like on the public blog, and most of what I do is free. On Twitter, at Big Cheds, and here on YouTube. I just love teaching. I love putting out the educational content. I'm even working on a 4th book now, the Trading Journal book. So let's go back to Bitcoin for a second. We talked about the consolidating range. We're looking at Ethereum holding above 3,500. That is important. There is momentum here. There's momentum, which is good. There's some momentum here, and that's going to be a key level to hold going forward. HBAR is up 11% today. That's a little bit of relative strength. Yeah, this is a good-looking chart, and look at this volume. That is accumulation. You're going to see the OBV shooting right up. See that? So that is pretty strong. I definitely like it above 1250, really this local low here. So folks, thank you so much. It's going to be a little bit of a it's normal size stream, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm Big Cheds on Twitter. Check me out on YouTube. Hit the subscribe, like, notifications. I'm going to try to do this every day. We're just hanging out. I do not read all your messages during the video. I read them after. So if you have like ideas or questions, I can try to answer in the next video. So I'll do my best. So just leave a comment, and we'll go from there. So folks, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging. I will talk to you real soon.